the ancient ruins. Nice music for this Civ. I think they got like 3 or 4 hours worth of music in this game. Quite nice. I do like the Civ 4 music quite a bit though, so it's got some high standards to live up to. And let's see what the village gives us. It gives us a map. Okay, well, I mean, that's probably not the greatest outcome, but it's not bad. It does reveal this city-state. So that's kind of nice. Doesn't reveal any other things. Now, in a way, there's no sense in walking this direction because I've already noticed the territory. But I'm going to go and touch the border of the city-state just so I discover it, and they will give me gold. And hopefully they're not jerks. Now, city-states are basically like Nation, except these guys cannot win. They can never expand past their one city, and they can't win the game. So you're not competing with them. They do have their own desires and things like that, and you can sort of do diplomacy, but in a different way. And you can take them over if you'd like, but it's also pretty easy to make alliances with them. And that's probably what I'm going to try to work on a little bit more. There, I've met Almaty. Almaty? I don't even know where this is. Most of the other names I've recognized, but not these guys. I'm the first empire they've met. So they're going to give me 30 gold. Sweet. They're militaristic and irrational. So that's going to come into... it's going to affect what kind of missions they'll give me. And that's what they'll do. They're going to come and ask me for favors from time to time. And if I do that, I get a bunch of influence with them. I can also get influence by giving them gold. Now, of course, I don't have enough right now. Interesting. 40 influence? I wasn't getting this much before in my last game, so I'm a little confused about how the mechanics of this work. Oh well. That's fine. Okay, we met a city-state. Good. Still not much to do at this point in the game. We've got, oh man, a lot more sugar. So between the sugars, the bananas, the more sugar, clearly calendar is going to be an early goal. Happy we're going to get trapping, because we got more elephants gold over here. Clearly this is going to be a great city spot. Interesting thing about bananas, I don't know if you guys care about this, but it actually doesn't make any sense that you can just harvest bananas at this point. You know the bananas you buy in stores are like basically not natural. Like they're like original wild bananas are totally inedible. They're full of like seeds and pits and stuff like that. They're totally shit garbage. I think you can like cook them down into a mash or something, and maybe they become edible then. But it took years and years and years and years and years of breeding bananas to get them somewhat more edible. But the banana we actually find in stores today, they're called the Cavendish Bananas. They're like a freak fucking mutation. There was one banana tree that had some freak mutation and gave us the modern banana, and everything else has basically been like just reproduced from that one banana tree. Basically, like all bananas are exactly the same gene pool, and they're really vulnerable because like one virus comes in, the whole of bananas that you eat in stores today will just be freaking disappeared, gone. Which is pretty freaky because I like bananas. But anyway, side note. But we're going to imagine these are like, I don't know, I guess they're going to be slightly more like plantains or something like that because I don't think the Cavendish existed back then. Hello, this is Darius of Persia. And I don't know if you can hear it, but all of the leaders in this game actually communicate to you in their native original language, whatever that might be. So this is like ancient Persian or something like that. I don't know. I mean, it's Persian language. Is it Farsi? Is it whatever? Again, I'm really bad at this. But, you know, he's talking to me in the language that Darius actually would have spoken. Interestingly enough, if I remember my little bio on Babylon correctly, Persia has like fucking wiped us out. So I already don't like him. We'll see. So he says, "Welcome, stranger. I'm Darius, the faultless leader of mighty Persia." But of course, you knew that. And right now, I noticed in the other game, like I can try to see if he was willing to form a pact of cooperation, but he'll say no, and we're not going to have anything to trade at this point, even if he'd be willing to do it. So goodbye. Once we get to know each other, so he's coming from the north. So it's interesting he wasn't revealed here. So I think we're going to want to settle this place fairly early. And I'm walking through marsh. That sucks, because marsh is rough terrain, so it eats 2 movement per step, so that bites. So, what is my plan for this game? I'm actually hoping to explore the cultural victory condition, which is quite a bit different from how it used to work in the old game, and quite enticing, actually. So I'm hoping I can take advantage of that. There will probably be some early military stuff. I mean, I like to fight the early war to make sure I claim some land, and then, you can tech up and culture up and hopefully win that way. We will see how that goes. So I finished my scout here. That's awesome. I'm going to start on a worker, and I'm going to send my scout off sort of northwards here. Hopefully find out where Darius lives. The scouts are nice. They are slightly cheaper, and they are weaker than a warrior, but they even in rough terrain, it only costs them 1 movement, so they can travel quite a bit faster, although they are still impeded by rivers. Babylon is growing. That's good. And let's keep walking along the coast. And you there should be able to go on top of this mountain. Ooh, some ruins. Oh, no, I think Darius is going to get first, because he can reach it on his next turn. Although it's funny that he kind of ignored it. Maybe he doesn't know it's there? Nope, there he goes. Damn you! Oh well, can't win them all.
Thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn.
Alright, so we've discovered animal husbandry, and we have found horses here and here. Now, the interesting thing about resources. Now, luxury resources like sugar and ivory and whatever still work the way they used to. You just get them and then they add a bonus to the tile they're in and give you some empire-wide happiness. But the strategic resources like horses, iron, anything that lets you build units, they're limited. This is actually a 2-horse tile. And so if I claim this tile, I will get to build 2 horse-based units, and that's all. So there's actually a benefit to claiming more than one, rather than just security or whatever. So, yep, discovered horses, good. So that's really cool, and there's going to be a lot of incentive to found a city, I think probably right here, because we may want extra horses to build more horse-based units. Now, I just realized I was walking this way to find Darius, but frankly, if he came from that direction, he may have popped all the goody huts already, so I think I'm going to actually head south, now that I think about it, and hopefully find some unpopped ancient ruins. Oh, there's some more ruins there, and this is a source of 4 horses. Okay, well, so we have no shortage of horses in our area. That's good. So we could build a cavalry-based military. The horse units move 3 squares instead of just 2, and a lot of them seem to have very high base attack, so that's nice. Oh, good, some more ruins. So we'll get those next turn. And we can get these. Oh! You find survivors lost in ruins. In gratitude, they settle in one of your cities, increasing its population. So, Babylon's gone up to size 3. Also, we discovered a Barbarian Camp, which we will deal with next turn. I like that. The extra population is really quite nice. Oh, we got another goody hut to pop. Your units equipped itself with advanced weapons found in the ruins.
One of
yeah, go away. I don't need your help. So, oh! He's been upgraded to bowman? How cool is that? Oh, that's awesome. I mean, now he doesn't move as fast as a scout, unless he still has that ability. Wouldn't that be trippy? Oh, he does too. Ignores train cost. So he's a scout and a bowman. Oh, that is freaking epic. Can I rename you? Oh, I think I can rename them once they get a promotion, if I remember correctly. I'm going to give this guy a special name, because he's awesome. Alright, so we've got our first look at combat here, which is kind of interesting, which we can take. So if I got my warrior selected and mousing over the Barbarian encampment, you can see at the bottom left corner here, it says minor victory. What does that mean? Okay, in this game, all units have 10 hit points, okay? Now, my warrior is strength 6. Their brute is strength 6. But I get a 33% bonus against barbarians. I don't know why. Maybe that's just part of the game. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Now he's fortified, so he's getting a 25% bonus to his strength, but he is on plains, okay, like just flat land, which gives him a 33% penalty to his strength because it's not very defensible. Anyway, all in all, it means that my strength 6 unit is actually going to be probably dealing about 7 damage. It's going to deal 7 to 8 points of damage to them. And even though they're also a strength 6 unit, they're only going to be dealing around 4 points of damage back to me. So it's a minor victory. We're not going to kill each other this round, but there will be heavily damaged, and I will be only slightly damaged, and we'll probably be able to kill them on the next turn. So that's a pretty big change to combat, and I have to say, I really, really like it. Because it gives you options. You know, if you're starting to lose suddenly, you can like, well, you know what, I'm going to back up. It's not an all or nothing proposition. It's not quite as luck-based. So let's see what happens. I'm going to attack. And get the outcome here. I've inflicted 8 points of damage, and I actually only took 3, so that worked out really well. That also says it up here. So he is almost dead, and my next turn, I am out of moves here, but my next turn, I will probably clean this up completely. Bum, 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 bum. There you go. So now if I mouse over, it says decisive victory. It predicts that I will probably defeat these guys outright. And I fully suspect that that's exactly what's going to happen. They're also going to do less damage to me because they're already weakened. I'm also going to do less damage to them, but it's still going to be enough to kill them. The Japanese actually have a really cool ability where their units, no matter how damaged they are, always do full damage, which is pretty potent. So I've cleared out this Barbarian Camp. I get 25 gold as a bonus, which is nice. Plus I've, of course, generated some XP for my unit, though he has damage. Oh, this guy is going to be so awesome. Oh, actually, I got a promotion for my unit. So just like in Civ 4, you can promote your units once they get enough XP. Now, in Civ 4, when you bought your promotions, it actually healed your unit a little bit. It doesn't in this game, but if you want, instead of promoting your unit, you can blow your promotion on fully healing your unit instead. I'm not going to do that. They're pretty safe right now, but if he was right on the front lines, it may actually be an option. So my choices are between Drill 1, which gives me plus 20% combat strength when fighting in rough terrain, such as hills, forest, or jungle, or Shock 1, which is 20% combat strength when fighting in open terrain, no hills, forest, or jungle. So either way, I get a 20% conditional bonus. So the question is which way to go. There's quite a lot of rough terrain, so I think I'm going to give him the drill, so he'll get that bonus. And I'm just going to tell him... Oops. Oh, he's already done. That's right. I'm still in the same turn. Yeah, I get my super bowman now. That's so awesome. Oh, we got a border here, and I think it's dash, so I think that means it's a city-state. We shall see. I've met Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur. I thought it was Lampur. I don't know. They give me some gold, but I'm not the first civ to meet them. So it looks like Persia's already met these guys. These guys are cultured, but hostile. Hostile means my influence with them will drop faster than normal. Also, they will probably make requests of me to go and attack other city-states, because the city-states war with each other. So what are the advantages to making friends with these guys? Well, if this guy is a cultured civilization, if he becomes my ally, if I develop enough influence with him that he becomes my ally, he will give me culture every turn. And what does that mean? Well, up here, and I love this interface so much because it's simple and clean. There's not too much crap, especially if I close that. But when you mouse over it, you get information. You see this little pop-up will become huge as the game expands when there's more data. But, okay, right now, what is it saying? Well, I'm producing 1 culture per turn right now, and that's because I own... it's all from my city. It's from my capital, which is over here. And I believe he just gets... Yeah, he's getting 1 culture from his buildings. And I think it's just... Yeah, I've got a palace here. This is my capital. My palace gives me 1 culture, and that's the only source of culture right now. Now, I'm currently... 12 turns have passed, so I'm at 12 of 25. I've accumulated 12 culture. So what does the 25 represent? Well, when I hit 25, I will get to adopt a new social policy. So we're going to come back to this in a few more turns, and you'll see what a social policy is. But, so, okay, so I'm producing some culture for my city. That's great. So this is a cultural city-state, and if I ally with them, they will give me culture every turn. That sounds okay, but how much? Well, huge amounts. In the last game, I did one, and I think part of it depends on what time of what's the age in the game, like medieval age, bronze age, whatever. But it was giving me 10 freaking culture. Huge amounts of culture. Way, way, way significant. So these actually are a big deal. And I am hoping to take a cultural victory, so I'm hoping these guys ask me to go to war with, like, Almaty over here, and That'll be fun. These guys are militaristic. If I ally with them, then they will actually give me units from time to time, which is also pretty good, actually. Nothing to sneeze at. So,